Hey, I'm JR,
And I'm Emily.
and these are our picks for the best soundbars of 2020. And we are here because of one of the articles you wrote. It is the inspiration for this video. It's all about soundbars. And we're going to go through those soundbars because we had a chance to listen to all of them. And we're going to talk about the sort of the pros and cons, what makes them great. Which soundbars did you write about?
I went with the Yamaha YAS-209 because it's a great all-around budget pick. The JBL Bar 5.1 is a great bar for if you want to do wireless surround. The Sonos PLAYBAR is awesome for music and great if you want it as part of a wireless multi-room system.
Yep.
The Bose Soundbar 700 is awesome for like bigger rooms, open floor plans like mine. I got to try it out at home and it was awesome. And then the Sennheiser Ambeo is our just best of the bunch. It's an awesome soundbar and it sounds great.
Yeah, we'll save that one for last. Let's start by talking about that Yamaha YAS-209. Like you said, a good budget pick. It's a good soundbar that we felt after listening to it for both movies and music, it's really going to be good enough for most people.
Yeah.
Right? If you're looking for a solution for making your TV sound bigger, more full, because those little speakers on your TV just aren't cutting it, this is a perfect solution. It sounds big, it sounds full, it makes dialogue better, it's got multiple modes for different things that you're listening to. It may not go as loud as some of the other sound bars, and it may not try, it's not even really trying to do like surround sound, but it does make your TV sound big and bold, which is what most of people want from a good soundbar.
Like you said, it's really popular with customers for dialogue. It has that clear voice feature that's really awesome. It's going to make voices pop so that dialogue is more intelligible.
Yep.
It's not trying to be a complete surround sound solution like you're going to get from a receiver and a room full of speakers, but it does have DTS Virtual X, which is a really cool way to do sort of virtual surround without filling a room with a bunch of speakers.
DTSX is kind of like Dolby Atmos, where it tries to get some sound up here, right? And so it does a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, it does, and it does it for a really great price. It's
absolutely.
A steal.
If you're looking for a sound bar that actually does do surround sound, speakers behind you and a sound bar in front of you, that's your next pick. That's the JBL Bar 5.1. Why did you go with that one?
I went with that because it has a really cool feature. The surround speakers are completely wireless. They charge by being attached to the sound bar, so you don't have to worry about plugging them in or anything like that. You can just charge them up, and on a full charge, you'll get about 10 hours of binge watching time.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this system does come with a calibration microphone so that you can get all the speakers where you're going to want them, plug the mic into the sound bar, and let it run its little thing where it plays sounds on all the speakers. It sort of acoustically measures your room so that it can actually give you pretty accurate surround sound. We also found you spend a little bit more, you get a little bit more. It's louder, it's fuller, it's richer. We were really impressed with just how big of a room this really could fill with sound.
Yeah.
And those rear surround speakers do a lot. Like, they're not just back there making tiny little background noises. They make themselves known, so you really do feel immersed in the sound. Even for music. We like them even for music as well.
And one thing that I like is that the remote control offers you individual volume control on both the sub and the rear surround speakers. Yep,
yeah, very customizable. And again, there's modes and stuff like that as well for the different things you might be watching or listening to. And that sub was actually quite impressive. A very big sound, lots of boom, lots of oomph. You could fill a pretty big room with bass with that sub. And of all these sound bars, this one and that Yamaha are the only two that actually include the sub. Also, just a note of clarification, there's a couple different JBL sound bars. This one was the JBL Bar 5.1. It comes with wireless rear surrounds. JBL also has a brand new sound bar called the Bar 5.1 Surround, which has more speakers in the sound bar itself that actually are designed to give you a rear surround sound without using physically separate rear surround speakers. The next bar we listened to was the Sonos PLAYBAR. Now, this was the first sound bar that Sonos has come out with. They've got several that have come out since then, the Play Bass and the Beam. So they really know a thing or two about sound bars. But this first one, it's always been impressive to me. Why did you pick it for your article?
It's a great part of a wireless multi-room system, and if you want to have your soundbar be part of that, it's awesome.
Yep.
It sounds great for music. It also does a good job with movies, and you have the option to add a sub, and it also has the option to add Sonos speakers for rear surround speakers.
Yeah, like you said, if you have Sonos, and you need a sound bar, get Sonos. The Sonos wireless multi-room music system's pretty awesome. And if you happen to also need a good solution for your TV sound, why not add another zone of Sonos right there? And with Sonos, you can make it a full 5.1 system with all Sonos stuff. Very impressive sound when you do that. I've always loved the Sonos stuff. That 5.1 system is pretty great. Another added benefit, when you run the optical cable from your TV down to your PLAYBAR, the sound from your TV can now be sent out through the rest of your Sonos system. So if you want to hear the game over in the kitchen on your Play 1, you can do that. So that's really that's some benefits that Sonos gives you that you don't get with most sound bars. Next up, the Bose Soundbar 700. Now this one, like the Sonos, you can also add a Bose subwoofer. You can add Bose surround. Really impressed by this soundbar.
Yeah, I think it surprised everyone how much they liked it and just how much volume it put out with just the soundbar alone.
Yeah, and we were listening to this in a very large room. And if you have a large room, this might be a reason for you to get the Bose Soundbar 700 because it can do a pretty good job of filling a very large room with sound, especially when you add that sub and those rear surrounds.
It's true. I got to try this one out at home actually, and I have a really open floor plan, and it just cut right through those open spaces and sounded really awesome.
Yeah. So the Bose is pretty comparable to the Sonos price-wise, but there's definitely some differences. You can add those extra speakers. You're going to end up spending around the same amount of money as with the Sonos, but the Sonos sort of has the lead when it comes to a wireless multi-room audio system that also does great sound for your TV. The Bose sort of takes the lead when it comes to big, awesome sound. It was a little louder, a little clearer. We enjoyed it more in our big listening room. So
I actually couldn't believe how loud it got. It was super impressive.
We have saved the best for last.
Oh, yeah.
We did this when we were listening too because we wanted to be fair to all the other sound bars, because once you hook up and listen to the Sennheiser Ambeo soundbar, there's no other soundbar for you.
Yeah.
Now, it's pricey. It's expensive. But when you factor in how much it would cost to set up a home theater receiver, 7 speakers, 11 speakers, a subwoofer, all of that, you don't need any of that with the Sennheiser Ambeo. It takes the place of all of your surround speakers, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, you can calibrate it for your room so that it just dials in the perfect sound for your space.
It even comes with a beautiful mic on a mic stand that is going to last forever. Not like a small cheap mic on a piece of cardboard. It's a real Sennheiser microphone that does a great job of listening to your room, calibrating it, and giving you not only good surround sound, but Dolby Atmos and DTS X. It's got 13 speakers built into it, including speakers aimed up at your ceiling to bounce sound back at you. It's really some of the best surround sound, the best Dolby Atmos with the overhead sound that I've heard from any surround sound system. It has a pretty good full bass sound to it, but if you want more, you can add any subwoofer you want to the subwoofer output on the back. It takes the place of your receiver. I'm thinking if you've got a room where you can't really run wires, you don't want speakers all over the place, a small apartment, I mean any kind of room like that where you just putting speakers everywhere just doesn't make sense for whatever reason, this solves all that. And when you factor in the cost difference, it's about the same amount of money for very similar performance. So please go ahead and hit that like button on this video. Add some comments if you have any questions. We do like to answer those. And we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel and tell all your friends. Thank you so much for watching.